How's it going, guys? Manny here, back with another video. Today I'm bringing you guys my Twilight Cup Mirror Cup tournament that I participated in this past weekend. Again, I'll have the teams that I used and my opponent used on the left side of the screen throughout the entire video, so you guys can see what we were both running. But my first opponent was against Contestu here. As you can see, I started out with Coalfish. She started off with the Umbreon, which is a decent lineup for me, just because Coalfish can farm so much and he's just so spammy. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire off the uh, Aqua Tail there. Forgot the name of the charge move for a second. And again, as you can see, I'm able to get two back to back there. I did burn a shield earlier from her charge move. I bring in the Tyranitar and I go ahead and let this going through, expecting a last resort. And it does a decent chunk of damage, not too much, but yeah, Tyranitar taking down the Umbreon there. Tyranitar is a Pokemon that I actually chose last minute as well for the tournament. I wasn't really big on Tyranitar, but then while looking at him, I realized he had some pretty good matchups against quite a bit of the Pokemon here. She lets the Stone Edge go there. As you can see, she didn't shield that, which caught me off guard a bit. As you can see, Stone Edge did a lot of damage for something it's not strong against. So, gonna go ahead and shield here, expecting Play Rough, but it's an Ice Beam. Play Rough would have hurt a lot more than Ice Beam would have. As you can see here, she's gonna fire off another Ice Beam here. And just going to go ahead and just try to build up as much energy as I can. Spam an Aqua Tail here, which I'm expecting her to shield to try to preserve the Azumarill, but she ends up letting that go. So, yeah, so they got two shields. I got none. Not really looking the best for me, but I'm able to just, spam away here. Finally shields an Aqua Tail here, and it's going to take down my Quillfish. And then I bring in Frostlance here, which does okay in the matchup here. Poison really isn't going to do that much damage, but they got a Hydro Pump ready to go. So, yeah, so because of that, that's basically going to finish off round one. Even though I do get an Avalanche here, they still have the shield. So, and they're just going to finish me off with the Fast Attack. So, they end up taking game one there. Again, just by playing smartly. So, going on to game two, I believe I start off with the Frostless here. They start off with Umbreon. Good matchup here. Avalanche is going to do a lot of damage to Umbreon if they don't shield it. And we're just going to go away and just try to build up to that Avalanche. So I do a little bit of overcharging. I shield this just because I know dark moves are going to hurt. And they bring out the foul play. So go ahead with the Avalanche. I'm expecting them to shield. But again, if they don't, I'm going to do a good amount of damage here. They don't shield, so which is really nice. And I'm actually able to get off another Avalanche here. And I'm expecting them to shield this time just because they just saw how much damage it did. And they do. So we're both down shields. And I believe, yep, I shield here just because I know foul play is going to hurt a lot. And now it's just me hopefully to give another Avalanche here. And again, either to do massive damage or to burn another shield. So, in which they actually let that go through. So they still got shield advantage. I go ahead and just try to do as much damage as I can. I go with another Avalanche here. Again, just trying to do whatever damage I can, and they let that go through, which is the smartest thing to do. And then I bring in Quillfish here, because again, Quillfish does have a positive outcome over Azumarill, even though if this is Play Rough, is going to hurt. Nope, so it's an Ice Beam. Play Rough, again, would have done a little bit more. They switch out to Tentacruel, and this is actually pretty good with me. I build up energy, and then I switch over to Tyranitar, and here they go for an Acid Spray, and I'm just going to try to whittle down this Tentacruel as much as I can with the Smackdowns, hoping to build the Stone Edge before they get to a Hydro Pump, and I'm successfully able to do so. So since I know that they were building for a Hydro Pump there, go ahead and they shield it. So it's a good thing I was able to waste a shield. They go ahead with the Hydro Pump here, and then I'm going to be able to bring in Quillfish and just basically just take this down mainly on Fast Attack. So now I got a bunch of energy stored up, going off with the Sludge Wave here to do massive damage to the Azumarill to take it out. So again, basically the same lineup, just making sure knowing when to shield properly. So I take game two, going on to game three, and I believe we stay with the same three. No, actually no, I lied. I started with Toxicroaks because I realized that they were leading with the Umbreon every single game, or both games. So they switch immediately to the Azumarill. I go ahead and bring in Quillfish, and again, a positive matchup here with shields and everything. Quillfish is just going to be able to absorb a lot of energy. We do hit some small lag here, but they're going to go off and get an Ice Beam, which I believe I shield. and or I was expecting Ice Beam when I shield. It's a play rough. Again, small lag there. But I'm happy I did decide to shield there because I was expecting an Ice Beam. But on the off chance, you know, if it was play rough. But yeah, anyway, go off with the Sledge Wave here. They're going to shield this, which is extremely smart. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I believe I let this go. Nope, I shield as well. So I guess my counting was off. And as I'm rewatching this, so. But yeah, we're just gonna spam away or try to build up as much energy as we can. This is going to be an Ice Beam. Doesn't have enough energy to take me out, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the Sludge Wave here to hopefully burn the last shield or to take out the Azumarill, and they take it out. So I'll go ahead and switch into the Tentacruel. I'm gonna get able to get off one more Aqua Tail here, again just to do some damage or again burn a shield. And obviously they'll let that go through because they're smart. They're not gonna let. They know that Aqua Tail isn't gonna do anything. Bring in my own Tentacruel here, and I know this Tentacruel has Hydro Pump, which is the problem, which they're actually going to get off right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just try to work on a Sludge Wave again to hopefully burn a shield, which I believe I'm able to do right here. Yep, so I let that go through, and now they're gonna go ahead and hit me with an Acid Spray, just because they recharge up so quickly, and I'm going to retaliate by going with a Sludge Wave. So risking it there a little bit. I probably could have just gone with the Acid Spray myself, but I wanted to make sure that I got this Tentacle out of the way. They bring back in Umbreon, and again, I have my Toxicroak. So go with a Mud Bomb here, which is going to do decent damage. Still need to work, as you can see, on getting the excellence on the ground type moves. But even with the charge attack they have going on here, which I believe is Last Resort, I'm going to be able to survive this. Even though Last Resort hurts. Get off one more Mud Bomb here, which is going to end up taking out the Umbreon. Well, almost taking out the Umbreon, but I finish it off with the Fast Attack. So I end up taking round 1. Really close matchups. We're going on to round 2 here. And I believe I lead with Tentacruel. He leads with Quillfish. So as you can see, his team, he likes Quillfish as well. And we were talking before we played our match that we were both just like praising Quillfish just because we love how he spams. So I kind of know how Quillfish works in the mirror match, or in the match in general. I go with an Acid Spray here. As you can see, he fired off an Aqua Tail. I'm not going to shield that just because, again, I love Quillfish for Twilight, so I know not to shield that. And we're just going to go for an Acid Spray. He's going to get off another Aqua Tail here. I'm going to let this go through because, again, not going to do that much damage. And then he's going to, I believe he switches out here in a second. Yeah, he switches out to Gardevoir, which kind of threw me off guard for a sec. I go for a Sludge Wave. He's going to shield that. And he switches out because he felt that, he forgot that the defense, the debuff, I should say, sticks with him. So you'll see that in a second here. Bring in Golbat against this Gardevoir. And again, Charm just does a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm going to be able to take out my Golbat here, but I'm going to be able to push back. I still have 2 shields, so I'm going to go ahead and shield the Synchronoise here. And I'm going to be able to take down this Gardevoir on just Fast Attack. So I'm going to be able to farm this Gardevoir a little bit here. I have an Aqua Tail ready to go. I believe he brings back in his Quillfish here as he's deciding. And you see there the debuff is still active. So this Aqua Tail is going to be able to take down the Quillfish. And I believe his next Pokemon is Golbat. For some reason I was thinking Tentacruel. I don't know why. But I'm going to go ahead and let this go through because I know it wasn't able to build up a Shadow Ball fast enough. Gonna go ahead and just build up some energy and then fire all these Aqua Tails here. So, and he has no shields left. I still got a shield ready to go and get off another charge up another Aqua Tail, but I'm gonna shield this, otherwise that would have taken me out. And I'm gonna launch one final Aqua Tail here, and this should take out the Golbat for the win. So, going on to game 2 here, and I believe I start off with Quillfish, if I remember this correctly. Nope, start off with Tentacruel. All right, starts out with Drapion. As you can see on his team, his Drapion isn't fully powered up. He did mention that he kind of ran out of Stardust, so that's why his Drapion is the CP that it's at. Gonna go ahead and let this go through, just because even though Crunch does a decent amount, it's not gonna do super effective damage. Gonna go ahead and launch the Acid Spray here. He's gonna let that go through, which is completely fine with me. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to Quillfish here. Just going to farm this Drapion. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this, expecting crunch, which it is. And again, we're just going to take down this Drapion on fast attacks and just, store energy here. So I have an Aqua Tail ready to go, and I could basically have another one. And he brings in Quillfish here. I'm going to go ahead with a Sludge Wave just because I know he's expecting me to spam him with Water Guns or Aqua Tails, and he lets it go through. And his reaction was pretty funny. He didn't expect Sludge Wave to do that much damage to Quillfish. So I did it on purpose because I knew, again, he wasn't going to shield it. So go for an Aqua Tail here, and he's going to let his Quillfish go down. He still has 2 shields on me, and then he brings back in Gardevoir, which was a little scary for me just because, again, Charm does so much. But I'm able to get off an Acid Spray here, which I believe he shields, just because he does have 2 shields ready to go. But again, that debuff is actually going to pay off because even though this Gardevoir destroyed my Golbat, I'm going to go ahead and block this Synchronoise here. But even though the Gardevoir destroyed Golbat game 1, because of that debuff, Golbat's able to tough it out and take the Gardevoir on just fast attacks. So take round 2 there, and then going on to the final round, I go up against my friend Derek, aka HypnosProject, which his channel, again, I'll leave in the description below. He knows my play strategy. I know his play strategy. So when we saw this, we kind of figured out we were going to end up playing each other when we saw the point system and everything. So he starts off with a Alolan Muck. I start off with Tyranitar. This actually has a decent matchup against the Muck here. As you can see, I'm just farming away, just taking down the Alolan Muck on just fast attacks. Basically, I go ahead and shield this, expecting something other than a Acid Spray, and it's a Dark Pulse. That would have actually taken me out, but I take down the Muck on just using Smackdown only. I go for a Stone Edge. He brings in a Azumarill here, and I believe he shields this. Yeah, so he shields that. So close to getting another Stone Edge off, but unfortunately doesn't charge up that fast, even with all the farming I did. Here I'm deciding what to bring in, and I bring in the Tentacle. Probably should have brought in Quillfish, but as you can see, he brings in the Venomoth. I'm going to go for an Acid Spray here, which I believe he's going to let go through. And we're just going to try to do as much damage as we can here. So he's going to go off. I believe there's going to be a Silver Wind here, which I go ahead and shield. And I was just praying he didn't get the buff, which he didn't. But as you can see, it really doesn't matter here because I'm going to get off a Sludge Wave. And I believe he shields this because he wants to keep his Venomoth. So he's going to take me down. Have the Quillfish ready to go, but he does have a charge move still. And I have no shield, so this is going to hurt. Gets off the Silver Wind, just trying to do as much damage as I can. Take down his Venomoth, but he still has the his Azumarill ready to go with the charge move. So with the Ice Beam, takes down my Quillfish, and he takes game 1. So again, just being smart with switching, shielding, and all that. Going into game 2, it's going to be kind of familiar. Hit a small bit of lag here with the versus screen. So, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of familiar. It's gonna be basically the same matchup here, and basically I'm just gonna play out the same. Nothing really changes here. So again, just gonna farm away to this Alolan Muck. I'm expecting Acid Spray, so I don't let it go, or so I don't shield it, I should say. And again, just do as much damage as I can for this Muck. He's gonna get off another charge move, and I'm going to shield it. So this is going to be the Dark Pulse. Again, I'm going to shield this. Again, just a rinse and repeat from game 1 here. And I'm going to go ahead and just spam the Stone Edge here. So go ahead and get off the Stone Edge. And he's going to shield again. And this time I switch into Toxicroak, or not Toxicroak. I switch into Quillfish. He switches into the Venomoth. And again, this is what I probably should have done game 1. Because again, I can just farm and spam these Aqua Tails. Even though Venomoth does a lot of damage with those Confusions, they hurt. I'm going to go ahead and shield this here because I know I can get off one more Aqua Tail before his Venomoth takes me down. And hoping to either burn shield or just let it go through. He lets it go through. Well, he actually has no shields. So I should probably pay attention to more, I guess. But he gets off one more charge attack. And it's going to be a Poison Fang. Doesn't do that much damage. And he has one Pokemon left, being his Azumarill. I still have a Pokemon myself. Here I'm expecting Play Rough. And it's an Ice Beam. So if it was a Play Rough, that probably would have taken out Tentacruel. But because of that, I'm able to get off the Sludge Wave here and do massive damage to Azumarill. And I still have T-Tar in the back if I needed it. So same 3 Pokemon for games 1 and 2, but different outcomes. Again, it's just all comes down to when to shield, knowing when to switching properly, knowing, just basically counting charm moves and all that stuff. So match number 3 here, start off with the Frostlass. He starts off with the Alolan Mako once again, and I'm gonna get off an Avalanche here, which I believe he shields this, if I remember this correctly. Does he end up shielding here? He does. So I'm gonna go and let this acid spray go through, just because it's not gonna do anything damage wise. It's just there for the debuff. And we're just going to keep doing as much damage as we can. He switches out to the Sableye. I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball, hoping to make him use a shield. And then I switch to Tyranitar here because I know he loves to use Sableye for this. And I know Tyranitar actually has a really good matchup. I shield here. I didn't really need to because Power Gem actually wouldn't have done that much damage. But I just wanted to be safe. But I still have shield advantage. He has no shields. I'm going to let this attack go through, which is going to be a foul play. Does a decent chunk, but I'm able to take down his Sableye on just fast attacks only. And now I have a Stone Edge ready to go for whatever he brings in. He brings in the Muck. As you can see, I launched the Stone Edge here, which is going to hurt. So basically almost takes down the Muck on his own. And I'm able to finish him off here. Brings in Venomoth. I'm able to get one more Stone Edge for the win. So yeah, so I'm really happy I brought Tyranitar for this. Just because, again, wasn't really too keen on him, but after, looking, doing more research, he does have some good matchups. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please feel free to give the video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.